Well. I was actually already starting to make this video whether Wentz was going to get traded this week or not, and we're here. It happened. He's going to the Colts, the perfect pairing in my eyes. Carson Wentz was easily one of, if not the most scrutinized player in the NFL this past season, and with good reason for the most part. I'm not going to sit here and continue to bash the guy, because we get it. He was god-awful last season, and a lot of that was indeed his fault. Horrendous decision making, poor accuracy and awareness, and just trying to do too damn much that plagued the Eagles to a 4-11-1 record. All that being said, it wasn't all his fault. Doug Peterson had a huge hand in the disappointing season. We figured out he isn't as good of a coach as some of us, including myself, thought he was. He neglected the run game when it was actually the best part of his offense, throwing Wentz into the fire, so to speak, allowing him to throw the ball 40 plus times a game too damn often. With an offensive line that struggles with pass blocking and excels with run blocking, the Eagles were top 7 in yards per carry, but they ranked 28th in attempts. He elected to feature Alshon Jeffrey more when he returned from injury, while Travis Fulgham was actually looking like the go-to guy. And then not to mention that the Eagles front office failed to surround Wentz with talented guys. Only one of the last 50 guys that the Eagles have drafted have turned into Pro Bowlers, and that one guy happened to be Carson Wentz. When it was evident in 2019 that Wentz needed better, more explosive weapons, Roseman thought it was a great idea to draft another quarterback, Jalen Hurts, in the second round, of course. He did that instead of trying to draft CeeDee Lamb, Justin Jefferson, T. Higgins, or Chase Claypool. You can make the argument that Wentz would not have looked so bad if he was surrounded by better receivers. Nonetheless, Wentz seemingly pushed himself out the door after the season, declaring that he was not going to be a backup, and I agree with him. It's too damn early in his career to be given up on and given a bench role. That's when the Indianapolis Colts come to play. With Philip Rivers retiring, this sets up the perfect opportunity for Frank Reich and Carson Wentz to reunite. As we know, Reich was the offensive coordinator behind the explosive and dynamic Eagles offense that led to the Super Bowl ring in 2017. It's not a coincidence that Wentz had an MVP caliber season when he was with Reich and has struggled since Reich departed. First, let's talk about the offense as a whole. Many Eagles fans have gone as far as to say that the former offensive coordinator Frank Reich had everything to do with the Eagles winning the Super Bowl in 2017, including that defense, of course. As soon as Frank Reich left for the Colts prior to the 2018 season, the Eagles had dropped to the 14th best offense. In 2019, they had the 14th best offense once again. And in 2020, the Philadelphia Eagles had the 29th ranked offense. Enough said. Doug Peterson was probably never a good coach like we thought he was at first. You would think a guy coming directly from the Andy Reid coaching tree would know how to run the damn offense, but apparently not with Peterson. For Wentz's performance individually, he just looked so much more confident under Reich. He looked more poised. He looked like he knew what he was doing. He had a healthy Zach Ertz and Alshon Jeffrey. He had a healthy offensive line. His stat line in only 13 games looked like this: 3,296 yards, 33 touchdowns, and only 7 interceptions on 60% completion percentage, and ranked 4th in the league in passer rating, had an 11-2 record, and came 3rd in MVP voting. In only his second season in the league, by the way. Given the right guys around him, given the right coach, I believe Carson Wentz still has a lot left in the tank, and he can still be a very, very good quarterback in the NFL today. In Reich's offense, Wentz got the ball out of his hands rather quickly, he was rolling out the pocket more, and was so much more effective that way. Coming into the situation with the Colts, he has 2 very good running backs in Jonathan Taylor and Nyheim Hines. He has a deep ball threat in T.Y. Hilton, a young stud in Michael Pittman Jr. Jack Doyle is a very underrated tight end, and he can be huge for this offense, as Wentz is very comfortable throwing to tight ends. He's going to have another stud in Paris Campbell, who is coming off an injury. He has very good weapons around him, not to mention that Wentz will be an upgrade from Rivers from the standpoint that he is a much more mobile quarterback, and that can make the 10th best offense even better. The Colts were 22nd in third down conversions offensively, and some of those troubles can be alleviated by Wentz's ability to run the ball. Rivers more than likely was not going to run with the ball for a first down, even if he had a lane to run, like Aaron Rodgers, but Wentz is still young. He will help move the chains at a better rate this season. Check this, Carson Wentz got sacked an absurd league-leading 50 times last season. Philip Rivers this past season, who isn't mobile at all, got sacked only 19 times last season. Talk about an upgrade. Speaking of upgrade, his defense will be much better as well. The Eagles defense wasn't horrible, but they didn't take the ball as much as they could have. They only recorded 8 interceptions. The Colts defense damn near doubled that with 15 interceptions. Football is the ultimate team game, and if Wentz can get a bunch of opportunities to score touchdowns on shorter fields because of that defense putting in work, the chance of him being successful skyrockets. All this being said, let's hope Wentz improves his decision-making, awareness, and isn't as hard-headed as he seemed last season. He pretty much led the league in interceptions all of last year. He led the league in total turnovers last season as he couldn't hold on to the ball to save his life. He tried to wait too damn long to find open wide receivers, and that just led to disaster. He tried too hard to make Superman type plays, and that cost the Eagles week in and week out. Let's hope that this guy's just more accurate overall. Last season, when his receivers actually did get open, Wentz would miss them on far too many occasions with his wild accuracy. All I want Wentz to do is just play ball. He was overthinking too much, he was trying to do too much, but having Reich next to him will calm him down and simplify things for him as their relationship looks great. What do I expect from Wentz? Well, I expect a bounce back season from him, that's for sure. What is a bounce back season looking like numbers wise? I'm not sure, but by the eye test, I'm expecting him to look a lot more comfortable, decisive, efficient, and effective with the offense at his disposal now. He more than likely won't be going back to the MVP guy that we saw before he was injured, but who knows? Maybe Reich was just that much of a difference to the point where he does look like an MVP again. I won't close the door on that possibility. Great thing that the trade for the Colts is low risk but high reward. Back then, I was saying that Wentz would need to be able to elevate the guys around him because of that $128 million contract. Now all I'm saying is he needs to do just enough to not fuck things up and just play his role. With all that being said, the NFL quarterback carousel is heating up. Which quarterback should I make a video on next? I already made a Cam Newton video. I also made a playlist on that QB carousel, as it's looking like I will be doing more videos like this in the near future. Is Deshaun Watson next? Should I talk about Drew Brees and the Saints situation? Russell Wilson maybe? Dak Prescott? Aaron Rodgers? You let me know. But this is Jimmy for Just the Facts, and I'm signing out. Peace.